Hello, my name is Rhonda. I grew up in Arkansas, and the town that I grew up in was predominantly white. And so some of the struggles that I now see that race was an issue that probably when I was younger, I was oblivious to it. I witnessed it on both sides. So some of the things I noticed is black girls were often mean, and so I often would hang around white girls. But then I often felt out of place around the white girls because my hair was different or we lived in a different area of town, so we didn't really have a lot of things in common. But as I got older, it just made me more comfortable around different groups of people because that's really been my story. I was usually in honors classes, so majority of the kids were white. So pretty early in life, I got used to being the only black or maybe one of three in a crowd. I also went to a college that was predominantly white, but I think there it was a different experience because I started to identify like with the black kids, students would have things like sororities so we could come together as a community. So it kind of shifted from when I was in high school or grade school when I would hang around mostly white girls. It shifted a lot. But I would still see those the same characteristics of being with a group of predominantly black girls, where you felt judged, or they would always color would come up. So we moved from black and white to light skin and dark skin, and so growing up, I always felt that guys always wanted the lighter skinned girl. And I remember being at this picnic, and this girl said, I hope when I have children that my kids are light skinned. So she said this, it's with a friend that was probably the same color as me. And so you hear these comments and you think, wow, dark skin, people must think dark skin means you're ugly. And I would hear as I grow up, I'm 38 now, still hear comments. I was making a joke, and sometimes, you say, well, those are your people, in reference to those people are silly, and this one girl said, no, those are not my people because I'm light skinned. So it's things I hear today, and moving forward to now being a mom of a 3-year-old boy who is lighter skinned like his father. Most black people assume that or just feel like he looks like his father, and I think what they refer to is just he's light skinned like his father. But on the opposite end, when white people see him with me, they think that he looks like me. So I don't think we're going to ever get away from that. And I think we just have to learn how to deal with it. Preparing my son to be able to deal with being the minority. When we go to his daycare, he is probably one of maybe 2 or 3 blacks. And right now he is young, so he doesn't understand it. But if we continue to live in that area, which we will, that's going to be his life. He is going to always be the minority. And what I want to teach him is that you can't control what people say. You can only control your response to them. And so it's important for him to figure out how to filter that anger, because people are going to be mean. People are going to say things that may hurt your feelings. But the best way to retaliate is just to be a good person, just to rise above that, be the smart black young man that you are, that respect people, because that's what my husband and I teach him, that we respect people. You don't have to agree with them, but everybody has an opinion and a right to express themselves. And we are not, me nor him or my husband have any right to make anybody feel bad or ridicule or demean anyone. So I think the great thing is we're talking about race, and it's okay that we're different, and it's okay that we have different opinions. I think at the end of the day, we just have to learn how to respect people and love people like God loves us. So when we look at the different things that are going on in our world, it is heartbreaking, but I think the more that we show respect and love and just slow to anger, I think that's what God truly wants us to do. Not minimize our differences, but just to learn to accept them, and just learn. The beauty of different people is you learn different things about them. Because I can imagine a world being monotone. What would we learn, and how boring would that be? Color is exciting, it's bold, and so it's really what makes this world a great place to be.